Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and today I'm going to be doing the mid-year freakout book tag. I believe I've done this once before, like a couple years ago, maybe twice, but it seems like I always miss the opportunity to do it. Like I'm just like too late to do it. That is in one part due to like June. June is normally dedicated to queer books on my channel, and so I always want to wait until July to do this video. So hopefully this is going out like the first or second week in July, so it's still like the mid-year part of the book freakout tag. But I will leave the creators of this tag in the comments. But before we get into this video, I want to so I really wanted to do this video just to kind of give like an overview of like my reading so far this year. I've only read 39 books. I'm a little bit behind to reading 100 this year. I was so busy this year, which I knew was going to happen with graduating and thesis and all of that. So like I'm glad that I've almost read 40 books. Like I think that's really good. Like I'm not super worried about reading 100 books. To me, more important than like the book number is the book quality. And like it's been a hit or miss year. I've read some like really good stuff, read some stuff that have made me go into a slump that I have not liked. But more importantly, I had goals set up for this reading year. I had things that I wanted to do with my reading, and I am planning on having a full like mid-year discussion of that coming soon, probably in the next couple weeks as well. So I just wanted to say, if you like hearing about all of this stuff and you want more of like my stats and all of that, that'll be coming soon as well. But let's get into this because I think it is a good way to kind of give you like a sneak peek of like what my reading has been like over the past couple months. So for the first question, we have, what is the best book that you've read this year? Not pulling any punches, we're getting the first book right away. And my favorite book of the year so far has been The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is a fantasy series about people that have orogeny, which is basically a way to like manipulate or use the power of the earth. It is so good. It is so good. It is so complicated and complex, and I can't even begin to map it out here, but what do I say? It's amazing. It is so amazing. Especially this first book with like the different timelines and the different character POVs. Oh, it's so excellent, so well crafted. I can't do anything but gush because I love it. And then best sequel of the year goes to Obelisk Gate. Yeah, M.K. Jemisin, I am a fangirl now. I just love it. To me, Obelisk Gate is not quite as good as The Fifth Season, but still, I love the characters, I love the series, I love what's going on, and ooh, it's so good. The next question is new releases that you have been wanting to read. There are just so many releases this year that have been intriguing me and catching my eye. I've been trying to stay on top of it, but there are just so many. Like we got She Drives Me Crazy, In Deeper Waters, May the Best Man Win, Mr. Impossible, a lot of queer stuff, as you can tell. And then what is your most anticipated release of this year in like the second half? And that is Redemptor, which is the second book in the Raybearer series. I think it's the final book in the Raybearer series, and I loved Raybearer. It was so good. Just, ooh, everybody needs to read it because it is so fun with how it plays with fantasy tropes. It's an African-inspired fantasy series with a young girl who's told to kill this prince. You know, you think you know what this book wants to do and what it's going to do, but it just completely flips the lid and just gives this heartfelt, warm story, and it's so good. And I'm so excited for the second book. So what is your biggest disappointment of the year? So these aren't like bad books. They're not the worst books I've read, but it's just like I was expecting so much from these books. I was expecting them to be 5 stars, so when they weren't, it was kind of disappointing. So for me, that would be Winter's Orbit and The Witch King. Just both those books did not do it for me. The next question is a book that has surprised you, and that would be Loveless. I don't know if it really surprises me because like I trust Alice Oseman. I like a lot of their stuff. 2 of their books just like were kind of meh. Radio Silence was amazing. I love Heartstopper. I was so nervous for this book because it was going to be an Arrow Ace story. You know, I saw comments about people saying like, oh, it didn't do it for me, like I didn't like it, whatever. And so I was so worried that it wasn't going to be what I was hoping for, and then I read it and it was a breath of fresh air and it was exactly what I was hoping I was getting into, and I was just so relieved and surprised, I guess, that it was what I wanted. The next question is, what is a new favorite author? N.K. Jemisin. I want to read everything they've written now, and I can't get over her. The next question is favorite crush. We're gonna skip this. We don't need to do this question. The question after that is favorite character. I can definitively say Elliot from In Other Lands. Oh my god, this kid. He was ridiculous and funny and oh, so snarky and just like outright thinking like, I just hate people. I just hate these people. I don't care if I'm mean or rude to them. I loved that energy. The next question is a book that made you cry, and for this question I have The Magic Fish. But this isn't sad tears. This is happy tears. I really don't cry during books. I really didn't cry during this book if I'm being honest, but just like the last couple pages of this story I was like tearing up a little bit and I was just like, oh, am I gonna cry? I didn't, but I was very close. But they were happy tears, and yes, it was good tears. The next question is a book that made you laugh or a book that made you happy. And we're going back to In Other Lands because this book was making me laugh so much. The character banter and the ridiculous things that these kids get into, just like so funny, so funny. The next question is the most beautiful book cover, and I'm going with Uprooted because I have the fancy edition with like the gold edges and the pretty cover that everybody loves, and I love this cover so much. And then the final question is a book that you want to read before the end of the year, and that would be the final book in the Broken Earth trilogy. We start with M.K. Jemisin, we're ending with M.K. Jemisin. I'm a fangirl through and through. So I've loved the first 2 books in the series, obviously, and I want to read that final book and find out what happens because I am obsessed. But yeah, those are all the questions for this tag video. I hope you enjoyed it, getting kind of like a little bit of a taste of what I've been reading this year, of what I've been loving, and hopefully going forward I can keep like this good pace of reading because it'd be really great to read like 80-ish books this year. But yeah, if you want more of my stats, if you want more of a complete look of what I've been reading this year and how I've been reading, definitely look forward to that video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later and happy reading.